In 2025.01, we've made further enhancements to the web client dashboards. If I log in here as the administrator, using the Edit Dashboard button, I can make changes to our dashboard, and what I'm going to do here is create a simplified view for external users. So I'm going to remove the action group, and I'm going to remove these shortcuts for creating new folders and new items. And I'm going to save this as external user. If I log out of the administrator account and log in as the sample web user, using the dashboard selection tool, we can see this user has access to the default user dashboard, their custom dashboard, and the restricted web user dashboard. As the administrator, we can modify this using the admin tool. Under system access in profiles, we can see here I've got two profiles set up, a default profile for our internal users and an external profile for our external users. If we edit the external user, we can select which dashboards are available. So I'm going to remove the default user dashboard and select the external user dashboard. We also have the ability to select the default dashboard. In this current setting, when you first log in, you will be given the external dashboard, but we also have the ability to force this change onto all users in this profile. If I log out of that account and relog, we can now see we have the external user dashboard, and if we use the dashboard selection tool, we can see now they have access to the external user but not the default user dashboards, as well as the restricted, and they still have access to their custom dashboard. This is useful for setting up new users quickly and rolling out changes to dashboards across the organization. In addition to the changes to the dashboard, we have also made changes to the widgets. If we edit this dashboard, we will add a new group. We'll call this Refresh Widgets. We'll add a couple of widgets to this new group. We will select the My Folder option, and if we select the row count setting, we can see we have a new option here called Refresh Timer. In its current state of 0, this widget will not update, but this can be changed in increments of 5 minutes. So if we set this to 5, this widget will now update in 5 minutes time. If we select another widget, we will now select a custom widget. This widget is an SQL query to the database on the part count. This widget can be modified in the admin tool, which we'll have a look at in a moment. And we will save that dashboard. So we can see we've got 5 folders and 147 parts in this database. We head over to the admin tool. Under System, Web Widgets, we can find our SQL query, and in the right-click menu, if we select Edit, we can see the same refresh timer here, and again, this changes in 5-minute increments. Cancel that. We now head over to the DDM Office client. We will create a new folder. We will create a change order. We will assign this to the sample user. And in here we will create a couple of new parts. Now those parts are created, we can close the file, and we can leave the Office client. Now back at the DDM Web Dashboard, if we wait for the 5-minute timer to pass on, the widgets will update. And now we can see the widgets have updated. This user has 6 folders assigned to them, and there are 149 parts in the database. This allows users to get up-to-date information at a glance from the DDM Web Dashboard. We've also introduced the ability to create web links to items from the DDM Office client. If we right-click on this assembly, go to Send To, we have the option to select Copy Web Link. The internal option will use the internal server address, and the public option will select the external facing web address if you've set that up. I will select internal. If we go over to our web browser and paste that address in, we'll log in as the sample web user, and we can see that item. As the sample web user, we are a restricted web user, so we can't see the children, the where used, or the bill of materials, but we do have access to the native file because of the access control set. With that in mind, under the System Web Client General Settings, we have a new option that allows restricted web users to download related native files. So in this case, if I now select to download this file and open, we can see we have access to the assembly and its components, as well as any related PDFs and documents.